Hey, Logan here, just doing a real quick video and just sort of giving you an idea of what's currently happening in the Perth property market. So for quite a while now, there's been roughly between 8,000 and 8,500 homes for sale. So not incredibly low, but still quite low. So a normal market for Perth is between 12,000 and 16,000 homes for sale. And that's typically, when I say normal market, is the properties listed today, put on the market and under offer within a month. At the moment at 8,000, typically you see most properties selling within a week or two, or in some cases before it even goes to market. So again, that typically means there's a lot of demand for the current property market, and there's obviously still an issue with a lack of supply. So what we've seen, as I said, for quite a consistent amount of time now is roughly 8,000 to 8,500 homes for sale, and about roughly 950 homes being sold each week. So let's round that up to 1,000. So let's say 1,000 homes. And so if you look at that, technically there's 8 weeks of stock available before there's nothing to buy. So I've been saying it for a little while now that once we open up borders, you are going to see more demand on what is been limited supply for quite a while now. So you can only assume that demand goes up, the supply stays the same. So then we start to see, instead of 8,000 homes at 7,500, at 7,000 homes at 6,500. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, that's just a pretty standard prediction, because as I said, it's supply and demand at the moment. There's limited supply, there's quite a bit of demand at the moment, and then you're putting in more demand with the people flying in, or once we open up borders, people coming here and being able to stay for short periods or long periods, or come for work, etc., etc. So anyway, that's sort of it. The last week, as I've sort of said, we jumped up to, instead of 950 homes being sold, which was last week, now we're up at 1,123 homes sold this week. So again, I think you're going to start to see that creep up to 1,100, 1,300, 1,500 homes being sold each week. And I think you're going to start to see the properties listed for sale. I know there was 8,000 200 4 weeks ago, and then this week we have 7,900. So you're starting to see the amount of properties available for sale coming down. So again, it's going to make stock or even properties available for sale even harder to find. And it's going to be an interesting market, especially once we open up the borders, because I've seen it go both ways in terms of people thinking the market's going to go up, market's going to go down. So it's going to be real interesting. I keep it pretty simple. I just look at supply and demand. At the moment, there's so much supply, there's a lot of demand, and then when you bring in people that are flying in, once borders open up, you're putting on more demand on what is already a lot of demand, essentially. So anyways, hope that makes sense, and what I will do is I'll leave a link to the REWA stats so you can have a look at it for yourselves. I mean, the rental market is even crazier. I mean, we're down to roughly 2,300 homes for rent and 769 rented out in the last week. So you're sort of looking, if we didn't list another property for rent, there's like 3 to 4 weeks of stock available before there's nothing to rent. So again, that's super low. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as we open up borders and people fly in, because the people flying in may or may not be too keen to buy straight away. They may be looking at renting, so it's going to put even more demand on our rental market than what there already is, and there already is quite a bit. But anyway, hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. I would love to hear from you, and would love to have an opportunity to answer them or have a chat. And we'll speak soon.